Lady and gentlemen, boys and girl, welcome to the BDMMA channel. Due to, I guess a lot of bring-ups or requests, I'm going to do a quick guard study on Khabib versus Abel Trujillo, and for reasons I'm not going to really get into, I just have trouble watching this fight. I have Khabib's fights, Khabib, I gotta start just saying Khabib. I have them to memory for the most part, especially the ones that were in the UFC. This one not so much, and again, it's a myriad of reasons, but I don't really want to get into it. But the point is, he ended up on his back a few times. Look at that! Oh my God, was that a shoulder strike? Bro, they're not even wearing Reebok. It's like so confusing. So let's start off with a explosive shot off the right hand under the attempted left hand counter from Khabib. So this is nice. This was pre-USADA days, clearly. For Mr. POS Abel, and it was a nice shot under the left hand of Khabib. Khabib is much better now than he was then. Commonly uses his elbow there. He's kind of chilling guard here, but he's already established his left overhook as he's on the way down, on the same side as his head. Smart. Left shin to create enough space like a butterfly hook, like he always does. Right arm goes underhook, and it's an over/under into full guard. And this is very sequitur. I slowed it down for demonstrations purpose, but this is a full guard over under. He's got a good clasp on that over there on the left side. Doesn't that look a little bit like Williams' guard, Sean Williams? Right, shout out to Henzo. So he needs to free up his right leg with bicep control. Novice. It looks like a kind of a novice setting up a triangle choke, but it's not really what's going on. He's just controlling the biceps, maintaining defensive posture. And now he's going to maintain a deep overhook and use high guard to free up his right arm. Use it like a waiter sweeps kind of motion to push, but instead he's going to attack a belly down arm lock, kind of Pettis Bendo style back in the day. It's ultimately a sweep mechanism, really. See the high guard over his neck right there? It's almost like doing like a tie plumb and how deep he is there on his arm. Legs are pinched at the knee, arm is sneaky, so if you can see the red tape around his arm, check out what he's doing right there. See that? Now he's got the arm still clamped in those feet, so I want you to watch the feet and see how the kind of sneaky arm comes into play here. So as he's trying to come over, he's got a hook on the leg, kind of spider web-ish, where now from here Abel powers up and around, but Khabib's very flowy on the ground, guard or not. And so he's still got a really good bite on that right arm, and what he's gonna do is just roll it. See that? Very explosive motion from Abel, but he's still got the arm pulling on it, belly down. This looks like actually identical to Tony and Kevin Lee in their fight when there was an attempted armbar that I just covered, that he got out of with a waiter sweep. So he's trying to knee him there, and he does eventually get out. But watch again, it's Khabib's calmness posture, and those don't feel good, by the way. Left arm's protecting left arm here. Hip shifts, head positions, and hooks. Triple H theory, of course, as always. Both with upper and lower body. So he's going to shrimp for position and get a little butterfly action going here. Just watch as his hip shift. His whole body moves in. Now he's going to posture up, and away. That beautiful butterfly hook. The purpose of which is to elevate, create space before using or utilizing like a technical escape modification, but his right hand is up and around Trujillo over to his waist. See there? So he's going like as if he's going to do a back take, but he stands up, gets a left hand in there. Mission accomplished, of course. And now he goes head center of mass, but on his back for a Tani Otoshi, which means valley drop. And I'm not sure the source on that, but that's what they call the throw in judo. Note how tight Khabib's elbows are here on his waist before he does the drag on that. And Abel being a wrestler, it's surprising that he was able to turn in or had the wherewithal or moxie or whatever you want to call it to turn in. Although it's at your own peril. I fast forward this because it's really not the point of this breakdown. But I do remember this being the moment where I thought, oh boy, this dude's something different. This is next level. This isn't a better level, or it's next level, period. After the drop, Abel does this kind of exploding attempt to get up and ends up back on top of Khabib, which is interesting. And there's a kind of interesting rebuttal, for lack of a better term, as well. See that? Now, by coming up like that and grabbing a hold of his calf, that's how he was able to get him down. Impressive, certainly, but the master himself, Khabib, his defense is impregnable. And note the imbalance caused here. It's noteworthy because that's kind of his game, right? As he's throwing punches, nothing significant's going to land, of course. Often unspoken in positions like this and in grappling analysis period, but not lost on my former coaches, is the importance of the center line on the ground. Not because it's not just striking, but the control of the center line. It's going to lead to opportunity and dominance, like distance does, or timing. I mean, it's generalship, no matter how you want to slice the bread. Important center line on the ground. Make notes. Wonderfully active, high and tight defensive guard here. Amazing ability to catch that punch with his foot right there. I put an arrow to it and some text as well, but just to explain it for people that wanted some text, there is some throughout. Here's wrist control, angling. Again, this is a planned center line, usually followed by a triangle attempt, but see how he's got a good lock on that there. It's all technique, really, in this one. He's a little straight on for that triangle, but it is almost as though he's not necessarily trying to use that from there. So with those wide shoulders and Khabib's short legs, this being pre-USADA, all of that's helping from Abel taking a nap here, because he's got that, his left carotid definitely closed off. So it looks like he almost tapped here, but no horseshoes, no hand grenades, so pointless. But he's pulling on the head, and that can certainly make a difference. Watching arms for sweeps and going for mounted triangle, I think, is his option B, or meta switch, as people often call it. Now, I don't know if BJJ Scout started that, but that was the first time I ever read it. It was from them, her. Excellent mark. Terrible ref, but wonderful form here. Post transition, his head is to the mat, which can make him pull his hips towards said head into that same direction and get like an arch to it. You want the pressure to be kind of go plata-ish there, where you're pulling up on the head and also choking down on the neck. So submission artists tend to kind of feel the potential based on intuition and position. So Khabib goes mounted triangle to armbar attempt here. He, for whatever reason, probably didn't feel like he had it. Time's ticking, of course, and he just looked at it, so that tells me there's no doubt, no diggity. Feet are now in positional layout in the direction I pointed to, but also to break grips and readjust hips. Remember, you always break grips, 45-degree principle. These sound like striking tips, but there just isn't that much difference. There really isn't, or in fact, there's a lot of crossover. So despite Trio fading mentally and showing some obvious signs of frustration, looking up at the ref and stuff for stand-ups, he's also getting some advice from the corner. They're yelling literally at this point, but softening him up with an accurate punch. Khabib's going to break the grips, and Abel's going to use his legs like a pendulum kind of to get around here. And while that's happening, the key for Khabib really is to stay in a triangle position or a triangle-friendly position like that, so he can just grab onto his heel, bring it back in. So this would have been tap or nap, certainly, but time is not an ally. I believe it was about like 5-6 seconds going on right here. See how he's pulling in, and his legs start getting a little shaky. Watch when he stands up. It's on rubbery legs there. So AC Slater says it's all right with his 3 belts on, but he walked back to his corner on shaky legs. That was close. That was certainly a it's all right. He's hit by the bell. So Khabib adjusts to the valley drop here with a float belly down back take when Abel tries to do his rollout here. See this? Very interesting how he adjusted there, and now he's right into his back. There was a way that played out where he got a body triangle, belly down too. But happens again, though this time the real fight adjustment was here, and the last time we've seen Khabib use his guard in the cage. So this is the last time that we've seen Khabib use his guard in the cage that I can recall. So he's already in like this right here, this deep half guardish kind of position. He just needs to switch his hips to the other side and watch out for strikes as he's popping up, if that is indeed what he wants to do. I think in this fight there was, they shoved a lot before. There was a lot of back and forth. There was a point to prove. So hand goes to hip there, and it becomes the route to return. If it becomes an underhook, now he can clasp hands, push defense. Now he starts looking around. Where do I want to throw him? And this is what we now know as the inevitable. His hands are clasped, right? So reaping Abel's leg, his right leg across to his own right. He's going to block off with his crossed feet by moving his hips and left knee toward right there. See that? Splits up and over. And it's from the over-under clinch, it's like a given at this point. We didn't maybe know it then, but we know it now. Takedowns were spectacular. Guard is ninja-like, and in closing, some wonderful centerline breaking mat returns, accompanied by a few stiff little shots to the dome here. I liked this little clip, so I figured I'd show this. That's really nice. More freestyle wrestling friendly, but excellent work indeed. He looks so young there, it's so weird. Check out my Patreon. I always appreciate the support, no matter what it is. If not, that's okay too. Just enjoy the content. Keep sharing. I think people have been putting stuff up on Reddit, etc., and it's really starting to show. I don't know if it's the voiceovers too, but I'm gonna say let's keep this thing going. Let's be friends and let's keep this thing going. And I thank you for tuning in, and I love you all. Cheers and thanks for watching.